guys, it's Sarah, and today I am sharing with you my 2024 reading journal. This is all set up and ready to go. I spent a lot of time on it, and I'm very excited to show you what I'm going to be using. Once again, I'm using an Archer and Olive A5 journal. That seems to be the size and brand that really works for me. I love the quality of the journals, and the paper is very thick because I do use a lot of stickers and stamping and coloring and markers and all that kind of stuff in here. So I absolutely love it. This year I decided to go with this brown that has a silver owl on it, which is fantastic. You'll see why here in a second. And I got this second hand actually. It was brand new in the box still, like the plastic was still on it, but I bought it from somebody else because it's not available on their website anymore. But I definitely wanted to use the owl. So I will go ahead and show you the inside. And the first thing that I did was I put this postcard in here. This was something that was sent to me from a friend, and I just love it. It says, "Let's get lost in a good book," and it's got an owl on it right here. And so I just kind of stuck that on the inside here. And then I did get some stickers off of Etsy, just bookish stickers. I got like big kind of variety packs. And then it had this really cute one of a girl reading a book. And then I overlaid it with a little sticker that says "Hello You," and I got some stars there, and then I did my name there. I'm working a little bit with hand lettering. You'll see that throughout here as well. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, so for my intro, I decided to do a little bit of a cutout. So I found this image on Pinterest and I loved it. It's Hogwarts, as you can see there. And it was the shape of a diamond. And I thought that would be really cool to color it in, put it down, and then trim along the edge of it so it's like a flap almost. And then I stamped 2024 with some number stamps. And then this side of it is just a piece of paper that says read. It says relax, read, repeat. And so I just cut that down to size along here as well. So that just kind of fills that up. And then this is another image I found on Pinterest. It's a tarot card that says the reader, and I just colored that in as well. So that's kind of my little intro. And then I have my goals, which I have 8 of them. And I talked about those in my goals video already. And then here I have challenges. So these are the challenges I'm going to be working on in the year. I do have 2 blank spaces here. So we'll see if I end up getting to those, adding anything in there that I'm not aware of yet or whatever. But I do have 7 different challenges I'm planning to do throughout the year. This is my empty bookshelf. I did not draw this. I cannot take credit for it. Again, it's something I found on Pinterest. So somebody else created this and I just downloaded it. But it does have the blank books. So as soon as I start reading, I will color those in the way I have been doing. And it's 2 full pages of it. We'll see how many of these I can fill in. I don't anticipate needing any more room than this, which is totally fine. But I do love the way that they look, and it was already colored and everything, so I didn't have to do too much here. This is my Mina Lima Harry Potter, because that is one of my goals this year, is to read my Mina Lima editions of Harry Potter. So I just printed out the covers of them and then stamped the numbers. And as soon as I read one, I will kind of write about my experience. I'll write when I read it and then my experience reading this specific edition, because they're very cool and interactive. So that is something that I'll work on as I read them. These are my priority reads. So I have this big stack of my 10 priority reads this year, plus this little cutie patootie right here. Again, this is just another image that I found on Pinterest. I found a whole lot on Pinterest. And then I added like some stickers and washi tape and stuff. So, and I wrote the names of the books on the bottom spines there. And then as I read them, I will color in around the spines and color in like probably with gray, showing that I read that. Okay, this is going to be what I haul for the year. And this is all the room I'm giving myself. The entire year, I cannot go more than this. I'm really, really scaling back on what I'm buying. And I think that this is going to help me with that. And I just did some hand lettering here and then some stickers as well. And then I used a Tombow marker to highlight every other line here. This is the first time I've done that. I really like the way it looks. It's definitely not perfect and my lines are not incredibly straight, but for my first time doing it, I'm okay. And then I love the sticker that says treat your shelves. Very cute. And then this here is my authors to zero. So when I start reading some authors that I want to catch up on completely and read everything that they have written, I'm going to start creating some boxes here. And that's just something I'm going to have to fill in as I do it, because you know, each author is going to have a different number of books. So I didn't want to set anything up too early because I just don't know where I'm going with it quite yet. But this is ready to go. I have a title there. This is for Christmas Book Exchange. I have not talked about how we're going to do it this year, so I'm just leaving that blank until we kind of get to that point. All right, Taylor Swift. I found on Pinterest a Taylor Swift reading challenge. It was for 2023 technically. So when I printed it out, it said 2023 right here, but I covered it up with some letter stickers or number stickers that say 2024. But it is a bingo board, and they each have a different title of a song and then a corresponding prompt to go with that. So I 100% downloaded that. Like, that wasn't even a question. So I'm going to work on this throughout the entire year. Will I concentrate wholly on it? We'll see. Maybe here and there I might, make a deliberate decision on what I read based on this if I'm getting close. But I drew out my own little blank board over here, and I just wrote the names of the song titles with a square, and then as I read a book for it, I will do that. So I'll just look over here, get the prompt, and then I'll write whatever book I read for it. And then these are stickers that my friend Jen sent me. She got like a whole pack of Taylor Swift stickers and sent me some. So I just kind of did a little bit of a Taylor collage up there. And yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. These are my 5-star predictions. I drew this by hand. Again, I found an image on Pinterest and I just copied what they did. But I drew out this open book with the pages that are kind of, it's like a fanned open book. And then I colored in 3 at a time with different shades of gray, because I'm going to do, so for this one right here, we are working on 5-star predictions with Kat from Kat's Novel Adventures. And so I colored those in, and then I wrote down the 3 books that I picked for them. And then I have a 5-star stamp. So as soon as I give my rating, I'll fill it in what it is, but I'm going to do that, for each round, and then copy the same thing for the second half of the year over here. So I kind of just color those in. The coloring isn't great. The markers were a little interesting. It's my first time working with them, but it's fine. It works. Okay, so NetGalley and Edelweiss. For this one, I'm just going to write down what I read from both NetGalley and Edelweiss. These are 2 digital review book sites where you can get digital copies, early copies of books, and you read them and review them. So I am just going to be just writing down everything that I read from them. And NetGalley is very popular. A lot of people know about that. Edelweiss is not quite as popular. It caters a little bit more to professional booksellers and librarians, but I do have access to it because of my Barnes & Noble credentials. So I do have access to Edelweiss as well. So I've gotten actually quite a few early books for Edelweiss, but I use the sticker down here. It says Emotional Support Kindle, which I absolutely love because I do read on my Kindle. Okay, and then I have the On the Cover challenge. This is by Little Inklings Designs, who creates reading planners actually, and I've used them in the past and they are fantastic. But I'm deciding to do my own this year, but she does an On the Cover challenge, and it's literally just different prompts to find on the cover, and it's just fun. So I found the one for this year and wrote them all down. There are 16 of them, and I just wrote down the prompt, and then as soon as I read something that has that on the cover, I will print that cover out on a piece of paper and just stick it on here. So I'll just like fill in the boxes, but I just kind of made a little bit of a template there of that. And then this is just a sticker from the sticker pack. And yeah, so very excited to do that. This is the Buzzword reading challenge for this year. I have a honeycomb stencil in my stash that I used, and I just drew out the honeycomb and I colored them in with different colored pencils, and then I stamped the word Buzzword throughout it as well. These are the months are stickers. They are not my handwriting. I wish. I wish I was this good at hand lettering. They are stickers that actually came with the planner that I bought, just like my regular everyday planner. And I wasn't going to use them in the planner, so I just decided to use them here. But it's perfect. So I put January, I drew a box, and then I wrote on the bottom what the prompts are for every month. And then I will write the book in as I read them. So Yep, but that is for Books and Lala's Buzzword reading challenge that she has. Here are my nonfiction. So I want to read 10 nonfiction books this year. So I just drew out little speech bubbles here and then put stickers, number stickers on there. And then as I read one, I will fill it in. This is my seasonal TBRs. I choose TBRs seasonally using a prompt jar. I love doing it. So I decided to go ahead and track that this year. So I have winter, spring, summer, fall, and then I will write my TBR in here. And I just use some stamps. Well, this is my hand. These are my handwriting, and that's a stamp right there. But yeah, so this is the stamp right here, and I just will write those in. And then this is my series tracker. Very simple, but as soon as I start reading some series, I will write them down in here. And I'm just going to wait until I get started on that to kind of, I'm going to do boxes again. But I need to get to a point where I am ready to start filling that in, and I'm not there yet. I haven't read any series yet. But I left 2 full spreads for that. Hopefully I will get to a bunch. So now we're getting into January. So this is a letter sticker, word sticker, sorry, that's a month of the year. I drew these trees. Again, I found something on Pinterest that I really liked, and I just copied it as best I could. It's just basically, brush strokes with different size and colors of markers and pens and stuff. And then I have my winter most anticipated over here as well. So I have January, February, March, and the books that I am anticipating that I talk about in my videos. And I will check those off as I read them. And then I'm going to change it up a little bit how I'm doing it. So I'm going to be doing to be read here. So I have different sections. So I have my arcs, like all the arcs I plan to read, hopefully my 5-star predictions, and then other. So just anything else that I plan to read, whether I'm doing a buddy read or this is the Buzzword book, anything like that. So this will be mostly what I talk about in my TBR videos. Maybe not all of them. I do have a couple on here that I did not mention in my TBR video, but I just kind of wrote them in after the fact. And I'll just check them off as I can. And then for arcs, I'm doing Physical, NetGalley, and Edelweiss, and I'm just writing down everything that I have. Whether I read it or not doesn't matter right now. I do have little dots there to check them off as I read them, but I just want to document what I have as far as arcs go. That way when the month comes, I can look at it and say, am I interested in any of these right now? Ooh, yeah, I really want to read that one, so I'll pick that one up. And then I have what I read. And I will do the same thing that I did last year, where I, have I stamp out the numbers and then I do the stickers and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do that again this year. But every probably 2 to 3 books, I start working on it. So I'm not doing it all at the end of the month. I do it kind of weekly. And then that'll be it. So I'm not doing what I hauled every month anymore because I do have that page towards the front where I'm tracking what I hauled. So I'm not doing that monthly as far as tracking in my journal. So that is it. That is my reading journal for 2024. That's how we're starting out. And I will do a mid-year share on what it looks like halfway through the year so you guys can see that. And I'm very excited to use it. I will link any supplies that I use down below, anything that I can realistically link to. I'll link to my Pinterest board that I created for this journal. All the things that I showed you, I saved. So I'll link that down below as well, so you guys can go check that out if there's anything you wanted to see or reference. And I hope you enjoyed it. All right, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.